Hey YouTube, Dominic here, just wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you're getting some time to enjoy being with your families and a little bit of a break from work and, you know, everything that's busy in your life. So, the reason I'm making this video is to talk about supplements that I feel have made a good difference in my training and my performance as well in the gym. So, first of all, I want to start by saying I feel supplements can make maybe 10% difference in the results you're going to see, and 10% is pretty much pushing it. Smart guy said to me one time, and I believe it to be true, if you're worried about taking creatine and you're sleeping less than 6 hours a night, you're an idiot. And he's right, because sleep is going to do a lot more for you than having a perfectly planned out supplementation stack. In addition to trying to get 6-7 hours of sleep, and if you can only get 5 hours, shoot for a 45-minute nap during the day. You want to make sure that you are meeting the nutrient requirements you have through food. I've heard it a million times throughout the 20 or so years I've been training. And just recently, I'm starting to understand how true it is. You know, you're going to get much better results as far as gains in strength, body composition, things like that, by focusing on your diet choices versus your supplement choices. So this video is really geared at people who have nailed down a good sleep routine. They're pretty on point as far as the foods they eat. And they're just looking to get that little boost, that little edge. I will say, too, that supplements can be very helpful later on in your training. So let's say you have 4, 5, 6+ years under your belt, and you're noticing that your gains aren't coming quite as quickly, or you just want to look to get maybe another 5 pounds every so often on the bar. I do feel supplements can be helpful for that. So I'm going to go through and talk about the supplements I've taken, that have made the biggest impact on my training. And to be honest with you, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to things I put in my body. I am a board-certified behavior analyst, so one of the things I like to do is research. So I tend to look at clinical studies that, are unbiased. So a lot of the things that I put in my body, I've researched and kind of found them to be effective in long-term studies. So just a note on that, if you want to research any supplements, a great website, it's phenomenal, I go there all the time, it's called examine.com. It's examine.com. So I highly recommend that. It's a free website. You can, I think, pay, and then they'll give you custom supplement stacks. But in all honesty, they give you so much access to free material, it's worth it just to check out. If you're not sure about something you want to put in your body, take a look. And see if there's any studies that will kind of tell you what results people have experienced. So I'm going to start off with the basics, something that I take every day without fail, and that would be a multivitamin. There's a way to nail down the perfect multivitamin for you. It takes some time and it takes some planning, but what you can do is go to your doctor. You can actually fake deficiencies for certain vitamins. So let's say vitamin D, zinc, DHEA. There's different things that have symptoms of being low in your body. If you do some research, you can kind of tell the doctor, hey, I'm feeling lethargic, I'm feeling this, maybe can we do a blood test? And if you got good insurance, they'll cover it. So that's what I did personally, and I get blood work pretty frequently, at least 3 times a year or so, to kind of see where the different vitamin levels in my body are. So let me start off with one of the vitamins I feel has made somewhat of an impact on my training and actually seems to have provided a little more energy throughout the day, which as a new father, I can appreciate. So the vitamin that I came across that has an excellent profile, very affordable, is made by Now. Now is an excellent company. They are very cost efficient and they have GMPP certified. So basically, they're going to test and say what's on the label is what you're going to get, and they have a great reputation for a reason. So a couple reasons I like this is, first of all, it has a lot of very important vitamins and nutrients that are essential to your training. Paramount to that, I would say, would be vitamin D. They have a good serving of that. Zinc is great for testosterone production. There's a good serving of that. And they even throw in some extras like CoQ10, which can help with aging and energy production. And they also have a few other extras in there, I think, that support testosterone, which, I'm getting older. I'm approaching 40, so that's important to me as well. Now, what I will say about this multivitamin, and actually most multivitamins, would be to not be too concerned about taking a full dose. So for me, I have a pretty great diet. I try to get most of my nutrients, macronutrients, through the foods I eat. But I do like this as kind of a backup. This just makes sure that the things that I need to build muscle, get stronger, are getting in my body every day. So again, I'd recommend this one. You can find it on Amazon. Pretty sure it's on bodybuilding.com, which you can find coupons for. But this is a great supplement. So again, I take one of these, even though it recommends two. But I take one daily. I feel great with this. And I haven't been sick in 3 years, knock on wood. Okay, so moving along, the next supplement that I feel is essential, and this goes for anybody with goals to increase their performance, be it for a sporting event or to build strength. And there's actually been recent studies that show brain benefits, so that's pretty awesome, would be creatine monohydrate. Now, I actually prefer this brand, Optimum Nutrition. They've been a staple in the industry for a very long time. They get great reviews for a reason. What's in the bottle is what you're going to get. That doesn't mean that you have to buy Optimum. Any creatine should work. I will say that, in my opinion, go with creatine monohydrate. Creatine monohydrate has long-term studies on it. It's proven to be effective for the majority of people. Some people are what you might call non-responder, but I think the vast majority of people will experience an improvement in their training in the gym once they start taking this. Honestly, I think the loading phase is a bunch of crap. I just think that you need to take 5 grams daily. That's for the majority of lifters. There's not really been found much of benefit to going above that 5 grams daily. I even myself have tried 10 grams, and I didn't really see anything from it. So my advice is go with a good creatine monohydrate. A great brand of creatine monohydrate is a form called Creapure. I believe that's a patented form of creatine, and it's pretty well known to be one of the better types of creatine to take. If you get Creapure, another thing you might want to look for is micronized. Micronized creatine tends to digest a little easier. I personally don't have any problems with creatines that aren't micronized, but if you do get a little bit of indigestion, stomach upset, the micronized form of creatine can be helpful. And if you're looking for the best value, that's always going to be a powder. There's different powders you can get. Again, Optimum Nutrition makes a powder. I personally take the pill form. It's a little more expensive, but you can see it's going to last you a long time. And it's very easy to dose and know that you're getting 5 grams. So let's see. I take 4 of these a day. So I'll take 2 in the morning, when I take my multivitamin with breakfast, and then I will take 2 typically after my training. As far as timing with creatine, honestly, I haven't seen much of a difference in performance if I take it at different times of the day. And the reason for that is because it's the type of thing that will build up within your body. So if you're taking steadily 5 grams of creatine a day, it will store up in your muscles. You'll have a little bit more water within the cell. And ultimately, I've found that creatine has made an impact in that I can perform more repetitions in later sets of my training. So for example, let's say I want to bench press. I have no creatine in my system. I'm going to do 4 sets, right? Just take any weight. Let's say the first set I can get 10, next I might get 8, next I might get 6, next I might get 4. Throw creatine into the system, and again, you want to be taking it for a good period of time. Might make a difference after 4 or 5 weeks. Those sets might look a little different, and in my opinion, it's one of the best performance supplements. So those sets might drop off a little less in repetitions. So like it might be first set's 10, next is 9, next is 8, next is 8. That may not sound like a big difference, but again, if you're consistent and intense in your training and you do include this supplement, I think you're going to get some great gains. Okay, so the next supplement that I'm going to talk about, and it's very affordable. I only personally take it pre-workout on days I train. This is not like creatine. It doesn't need to build up in your body. Would be Citrulline Malate. The particular brand of Citrulline Malate I take is by a company called Bulk Supplements. They do have a discount code, I believe. I tend to purchase them off of Amazon. But if you go to retailmenot.com, type in bulk supplements, you'll find a discount code. I think it's like 5% off. But super affordable. I mean, this big old bag lasts me maybe 6 months. And again, you're only taking it on training days. And again, when you buy this, you want to look for the citrulline malate that says 2 to 1. You can find it in different ratios, but you want 2 to 1. That particular ratio with the malic acid will actually assist with endurance. And I also find that to be true, similar to creatine. When I take that pre-workout, it does two things for me. For one, I found that I get a better pump within my muscles, and that's part of the reason I love training. It just feels incredible. You feel really connected to your muscles. That pump lasts longer than without the citrulline malate, and again, that's been proven in studies to be beneficial to training. But also, in my personal experience, it's been beneficial. So again, I tend to go with, I want to say, 2 to 3 teaspoons pre-workout. I want to say that's like anywhere from 5 to 10 grams. You kind of want to play around to see what gives you the best result. I believe the study dosages are right around 6 or 7 grams. But again, for me, I'll just take 2 heaping teaspoons, which I believe is like close to 10 grams pre-workout, only on days I'm training. I don't bother wasting the supplement, taking it on days I don't train. So that's important. The next supplement I would think is amazing, and I came across this when I started researching supplements that kind of help you study. I've taken a lot of tests throughout my career, and so I want to perform at my top level. So here's what I take. Initially, I just took it before a big test, or if I had something that was mentally taxing, so to speak. It could be like yard work, kind of got me through it. But this is a supplement I found. Again, I believe you'll find this on Amazon. The company is called Cell, and the product is called Energy Plus. So what makes this such an effective supplement are the ingredients that it contains. It has 200 milligrams of L-theanine, which they've found it's a derivative of tea, and it's the part of the tea that helps you kind of feel that like meditated state, very focused. And they've combined that with 150 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. So everybody's a little different as far as how they'll respond to a stimulant product. For me personally, I don't need a high stimulant because I don't drink coffee, and I also don't take in a stimulant every day. I typically will take a stimulant 3 days, sometimes only 2 days a week. So for me, one of those pills before a workout puts me in beast mode, so to speak. I just feel amped up, lots of energy, but the nice thing is the L-theanine kind of balances out that caffeine and gives you a laser focus on your training. So you can just, in my opinion with that, what I like about it is it doesn't give you too much energy, but you notice it, and it also allows you to really focus on that mind-muscle connection, because, when you're training, you really want to, feel what the body part is that you're targeting. And I actually feel like that helps me do that. I typically only take it on days I train upper body. For some reason, everybody's different, but for me, I don't like to feel a lot of like that amped up feeling when I'm training my legs. I go a little bit slower when I train my legs. But anything upper body, chest, shoulders, back, triceps, I love having a product that combines L-theanine and caffeine. I know there's some new stuff out on the market. I heard a lot of people really like DMAA and DMHA and stuff like that. For me personally, I don't think I would even want to go beyond L-theanine combined with caffeine. It hits what I want to feel. And then if you do want to take it up a notch and you're not tested for banned substances, so this is a banned substance now, ephedrine. You can still get ephedrine, believe it or not. It's pretty funny. I took this many years ago when I used to, get really shredded for bodybuilding, and I wanted my, all my abs sticking out, striations and things like that. And it helps by suppressing appetite. It also gives you a bump in energy, and I believe it will boost your metabolic rate. Not significantly. I think most of the benefits come from appetite suppression. But with that, you have to make sure you're hitting your macros, because literally you could lose muscle by not eating. And I almost had that happen because it's so effective. So without further ado, I think a lot of insiders know about this product, Broncade. I believe the reason you can still get it over the counter is because they've thrown guaifenesin in there, which is an expectorant. So I'm not thrilled about that. The product's pretty cheap. You need to show a driver's license to show, hey, I'm not going to make methamphetamines or things like that with it. And I think that's partially why you can still get it with the guaifenesin, because it makes that process difficult. I have no clue how that process works. But for me personally, I don't use that supplement anymore. I just have an empty box left over to show you guys from a long time ago. But the way that you would take that, if you wanted to learn more, do a research on the ECA stack, which is ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin. However, I never used the aspirin with it. And when I did take it, I took it at much lower dosages than recommended. Because again, I don't have a big tolerance for stimulants. So for me, if I recall, I think I would take 2 caffeine pills a day, 200 milligrams each, and then I would take one of these Broncade pills twice a day. Because for me, I've experienced if I take any kind of caffeine, any kind of stimulant after 4 p.m., I'm not sleeping. And again, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you are not getting at least 6 hours of sleep and you're focused on your supplements, you're an idiot. It's true. Sorry. Okay, so the last 2 supplements that I would recommend are a good protein powder. I have my favorites, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think it makes too much difference what brand you go with. It's more about the flavor you choose. You should be fine with a whey concentrate. I know whey isolates can be a bit more expensive. They have a little bit of a cleaner profile, a little bit less carbohydrates, fats, things like that. But honestly, if you're budget conscious, you may just want to go ahead and get a whey concentrate, which will do you fine. There's also blends and things like that, but I tend to just go with a cheap whey concentrate because it's very affordable. Okay, and then the final thing is, and I actually don't even consider this a supplement, but I've made this recommendation to a few friends in the gym, and they've made huge gains in their performance and composition, is actually oatmeal. And so the particular oatmeal I recommend is just go to the supermarket, look for Quick Oats. It doesn't matter the brand. I tend to go to the store brand. Of course, you can go Quaker. It doesn't matter. And what I like to do is I will take this container, the entire thing. I will empty it into my blender. And then I will actually make it into a powder. And so the benefit of that is convenience. The only time I tend to use that powder is before and after my training. It's made a tremendous benefit in a couple ways. One, I feel a little more energy in the gym. I don't feel bloated. I feel like it's easily digestible. It's great for recovery right after the gym. It helps shuttle the protein if you're taking it with a protein powder into your muscle cells. But the biggest benefit I've gotten, and I didn't even think about this, is I've improved my body composition. And the reason for that is by supplementing with a couple scoops of the oatmeal, my carbohydrate cravings are reduced late at night. I tend to eat fairly low carbohydrates in my diet. And then, what was happening is at night I'd come home and I'd crave something sweet. Might be a drink, it might be some ice cream, might be some cookies. The problem with that is you're getting some unhealthy things in there, a bunch of sugar usually, but in addition you're also getting a ton of calories that late at night are not going to do the best for your physique. So again, my recommendation with the oatmeal, blend it up, nice and cheap. It'll last you months probably, and just mix it if you want. You can mix it with some of that whey protein, and it can be a great thing to have a few times throughout the day. You could take it for breakfast if you're on a rush out the door. You could take it before a workout if you don't want to worry about feeling bloated from food, or you just don't have time, and you can take it right after a workout. If I take it after a workout, I come home, can hang out with my wife and son for a while. I don't feel like I need to eat right away. Whereas if I didn't have that after my workout, I'd be hangry, so to speak. All right, guys. Well, again, I hope you're all having a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. I see a couple new subscribers have added. So thanks again. And if you like this content or you have any questions, any things you would like me to discuss, please just comment down below. All right. Peace.